Okay, interesting. Sounds just not there. Game 2 for the United Kingdom, and you can see that it's going to be Izzy swapping out for Praetor here from Clan Meadow. And same players for the rest of the team for the United Kingdom. And they are up against Germany number 2. And you can see there's one English guy, but he's just living in England, I assume, from Germany. We have Anyway, Biso from Ram, F-Chen from Ram, and ZarXT4 from Ram. So mostly a Ram team here from Germany too. Looks like it's going to be yellow and pink versus purple and green, and orange and red versus light blue and blue. Okay, straight away we can see that the UK team has a Cortex Bot Lab from Raxel, a Cortex C Lab, or Shipyard, from Achille. Axolotl's going to be a bit of a battery. He's going to be walking to mixes by the looksies of it. And Izzy is, of course, an Armada Bot Lab on the northern side. We have some ticks out already from Zar. Him and F-Chen, I'm just going to call him Chen. Zar and Chen do co-op an Armada Bot Lab. You're going to get the cons out, get the early con turret, and Zara is going to start walking towards the front. And then we got Biso and Anyway, they do get a Cortex Bot Lab on the northern side, and Biso is the battery Biso. No C Lab for the Germans. So the United Kingdom is going to have full C control from the start. How did you message Hammerfire? That's fine. No, the chat's not even on anyway, so just ignore that. Alright, nice pickup here from Germany number 2. Are they going to get the con? I think the single grunt might just save the con. Oh, nice micro there from Zar. That grunt might have been able to save the con, but he indeed does not. So very, very nice pickup there from Germany number 2. I'm just going to call them the Germans, by the way, instead of Germany number 2. Just keep in mind this is German team number 2. Alright, pawns going up against the grunts. This pawn should be able to fight the grunt, no problem at all. Single pawn beats single grunt. Tail is old as time, as long as the grunt is not microing at all. So luckily for them it wasn't. Alright, C-Lab does go down for Biso. Stops being the battery and starts being the C player, because they do notice that the United Kingdom do have a navy. So the only answer to that is to get a navy themselves, or win heavily on the ground, which it doesn't look like they're going to do, just by, process of elimination. So they are going to be getting some units out, trying to defend against this. We have a single supporter out, just distracting these herrings for now. Does dodge a few of those shots, but does go down ultimately in the end. It does enough damage to drive these herrings off, and that will allow the Germans to get a foothold in the navy, in the ocean. Raxel is going to be coming up against Zar in any second now. Zar is already at the center of the map. He's going to be taking his mixes, no problem at all. There's a few grunts out, but they will have to head around the commander, because an LLT is very good at defending against grunts in the early game in such small numbers as this, especially if he's backed up by a commander. So Rax is going to have to make his way forward to the central position and start this battle here. Obviously you got these hills that only bots can walk around, so we do see the bots doing all their things up here. We got some ticks slipping by for Axolotl. Very nice scouting information here for the United Kingdom team, and the single tick is going to get so much value if the Germans don't do anything about it. We'll come back and check on this guy in a second. As long as he doesn't mess up the micro, he should be able to kill most of this. Does get pinged, but it is probably too late now to defend against that. Alright, on the ground area here we have the grunts going toe-to-toe. We do have a little run by that gets cleaned up by these grunts. Actually, the pawn does manage to make it out, kills those grunts and escapes. And these guys here do get stopped by Chen. Meanwhile, on the northern side, we do have a few grunts slipping by on the northern side as well. This single tick did manage to kill half of this power, and then goes and spots a con. A little bit of micro mismanagement from Biso. He is trying to be a C player and a commander expanding and a backline leak protection agent, or however you would say that. This single tick is MVP so far. He's got 7 kills, all economic buildings. He's going to kill one more mix unless he gets picked up. A little bit of micro mismanagement there from Axolotl, but all in all, very, very good play. And the tick is going to try and get away, but is going to get picked up by the LLT in the end. We salute you, MVP tick. Alright, few grunts do get into the back line here of Izzy, as he's reclaiming the lab. Very unfortunate for him. He does get a couple of pawns out just in time, and it looks like he's not reclaiming the lab anymore. So does actually put a spanner in the works of Izzy there. He's probably going to go back into reclaiming that lab any second now, and they're going to have to chase down this grunt. All in all, that could have been a lot worse than it was. A few more grunts do slip through, but luckily Axolotl is over here, you know, trying to clean this up, and there's going to be units here to clean this up. Oh, they forgot about the single grunt. No self-D on the mix, and this grunt here is going to get some nice value. Southern side looks nice and secure for Raxel. He's got the LLT wall, so does Zar. So on the southern side here, we do have a mainly secure front line, but it's going to be 2 commanders and some Centurions up against Raxel by himself. Luckily, he's got the perfect counter to Centurions right here. It is indeed thugs. So with a little bit of proper micro, Raxel should be able to defend this. Hopefully he's not paying too much attention to the back line here. A little bit of raid going to be getting cleaned up as well at the same time. This grunt is still going strong. There is an LLT coming up, and it should come up in time just to protect these wins, and there we go, it does go down, but he did indeed get 3 more mixes on the way through here. Very nice pickup for the Germans. Alright, now let's see how good Raxel's micro is. The sea battle is raging, but I'm not a sea guy, so we're not going to pay too much attention to it. Zar does get driven off that front line by those LLTs. Rocket bots coming here and trying to clear out those LLTs as well, which they are slowly going to be doing. And yeah, Raxel's basically in a 2 vs 1 right now, but at the same time, we have Anyway in a 2 vs 1 against Axolotl and Izzy. So Izzy from Maddo Clan is going to be dropping some Whistlers to try and clear out these LLTs. Now, I think Whistlers might be a bit dangerous, but luckily they didn't finish reclaiming that bot lab, and they have pawns in the back line to stop any leaks, such as this one. I assume he's going to be able to see that every now and again. Obviously, the radars... Where is their radar? If we go to their radar, you can see the coverage isn't quite complete, but there we go, they do spot it eventually. Raxel seems to be doing okay on the front line here. He's doing his best. He is gone into an air lab, so you'll probably be getting shurikens out if I had to be a betting man. Let's check on the Navy really quick. We have Achille and Biso. It looks like Achille is winning the naval battle. He has a resurrection sub this time, and he is doing his job. He's resurrecting or reclaiming and repairing, and he is quite handedly winning this naval battle. So it is probably going to be mere moments before this commander pops, and they either go T2 or they just overwhelm with T1 ground forces. But yeah, it looks like the United Kingdom are going to be winning this naval battle, unless there's some sort of epic comm bomb happens here. At the same time, the rocket bots for Chen do actually walk into a twin guard, and all the rocket bots are gone, and so now Raxel is breaking through here. Zar may have enough to break through here, but it's not going to be enough to get the damage done that he needs, so he is going to come defensively with these pawns. And yeah, it's going to force Raxel back off this front line, which is a very nice play. And it looks like on the northern side, the United Kingdom are slowly breaking through with the mass whistlers, the pounders. The mass pounders would be really nice if it was just blitz, but the whistlers do outrange the pounders. There is artillery coming out as well, but with the commander walking straight towards the front line, he is going to get the D-gun off on the lab, and that is devastating for the Germans because there is enough for a pawn leak. As long as they don't run into the pounders, these pawns pose a significant threat to this energy position here, and with the whistlers on the front lines ever so slowly pushing forward constantly, this is a very harrowing experience for the Germans on the northern side. At the same time, looks like the Navy is slowly winning still. Biso's commander is alive, but there is a radar that spots him, and Raxel just has to survive. So he's not only surviving right now, he is actually thriving in this 2 vs 1 that he's in. And this is going to divert a lot of resources to the southern side for the Germans that they really need up here to defend these heavily losing positions. He hasn't actually built shurikens. He's gone into air just to protect against the one thing that could cause them to lose this game right now, and that is a strategic bombing run from the Germans, but that is definitely shut down before it begins. There goes the commander from Biso. Achille is going to be able to reclaim that instantly, and that's going to give them that final push of economy that the United Kingdom need to, you know, lock in and win this game. And I think it's pretty clear cut that the United Kingdom are going to be winning this one from the looks of it, unless something insane happens in the next minute or two. Anyways, retreating off the front line. These pawns are trying to find the gaps. They have found a little bit of a gap down here. This is protected heavily by, you know, static D. So it's going to take more than just pawns to break through here, but these whistlers are going to be constantly pressuring, hopefully. Yep, here we go. They start constantly pressuring, and they do outrange all these LLTs. Those wins in that mix go down again. We have another sea lab out for the Germans down here to try and fight back against Achille. And it looks like they're actually going to drive them off this front line. They might even kill the commander and get that reclaim, but there's the resign vote from the Germans. And game 2 looks like it's going to go to the UK. It does indeed. Very well played, UK. Juicy, juicy. Game over. Game over indeed. Yeah, a lot more even this game. A lot more even on the economy of this game. I think the United Kingdom just had better unit compositions maybe. And slightly better leaks. The Sea Lab start really just gave them that foothold in the ocean, and they started on that front foot and kept it rolling. Very well done.